Hello viewers, in this video we'll check how we can concisely check a character for a vowel. Instead of checking the character against each and every vowel, we'll use string functions to do all the heavy lifting. Let's begin. First we'll create a function. We'll say public static boolean is vowel. So the idea is that we'll pass a character and we'll check whether it's a vowel or not. If it's a vowel, we'll return true. If it's not a vowel, we'll return false. So I'll take a string variable. We'll call it vowels, and this will be storing all the vowels. So A, E, I, O, U in small as well as A, E, I, O, U in uppercase. Once this is done, we'll say vowels dot index of ch. Now before I continue, please note what we are trying to do is we are trying to see whether this character, whatever is stored in ch, exists in this string vowels or not. If it exists, it will return a number from 0 to 9. If it doesn't exist, it will return -1. So if I write a condition over here more than -1, this condition will evaluate to true if the character occurs in the string vowels, and it will evaluate to -1 if it doesn't occur. So if I simply say return vowels dot index of ch more than -1, then if it's a vowel, it will return true. If it's not a vowel, it will return false. Let's check this out. So we'll say system.out.println, and let's say we want to check for a character. So char c is equal to, I'll store a vowel over here. So I'll say first print the character, then give a colon followed by a space, and then display the result. That means is vowel C. So what will happen is that it will check whether the character A is a vowel or not. Let's run it. So there it is, A is a vowel. Similarly, we can check it for other characters just to be sure. So for example, if I do copy it and paste it again and I say check for B, now it should return false, which is correct. We can even check for special characters or numerals. So let's say whether we want to check, let's say we want to check whether 8 is a vowel or not. So if I run it, it says false. So this is how we can check for a vowel without actually writing that, okay, ch is equal to A or ch is equal to E or ch is equal to, got the point? Now, let us say how we can use this is vowel to check whether or not a character is a consonant. So public static boolean, and we'll call it is consonant, and we'll say char ch. We want to check whether the character ch is a vowel or not. And what we'll do is we'll say return character dot is letter. If the character is a letter and it is not a vowel, it's a consonant. So what we'll do is we'll copy this test case again, we'll paste it, and then we'll modify it to check for consonant. So this is vowel becomes is consonant, and we want to check whether the character 8 is a consonant or not. So let's run it. So it says 8 is not a consonant. Similarly, we can check it for an alphabet as well, just to be sure. So if I run it again, and let's say I make this 8 into an actual consonant Q, and this time we are expecting the last answer to be true. Let's run it once more. So there it is, Q is true. That means it's a consonant. Please note that in real world scenarios, this function is vowel might be called for each character of a string. And in this case, what will happen is that this is vowel function will result in creation of this variable every time it is called. So to avoid that, what we can do is we can remove this line from within the function, and we can move it just outside the function over here, and we can say that, okay, private static string vowel. The program will still function like it was working earlier, but now this initialization will not happen every time the function is called. So students, I hope you like this short and sweet method of checking for a vowel and consonant, and I believe it will be helpful for you, especially during examination where time is critical.